Wandering through the forest, you can hear the sound of birds singing sweetly, wind blowing through the branches. The air is so clean and crisp that every breath fills your entire body with energy. You aren't sure just why you decided to go for a walk in the woods today. Something just seemed to be calling you to the great outdoors to this day. And really, you are glad for following that urge. It's so perfect out. There's no proper trail to follow, but the forest floor seems to almost be guiding you with nice, clear paths free of overgrowth and debris. Going along this way, you before long find a small, clear stream. Leaning down, you cup your hands and scoop up some water. It's ice cold. Bringing it to your mouth, you take a long, slow drink. The water is so bracing and sweet that you can't help but just want to lean forward and drink straight from the stream. After glancing around, not that anyone would see you there, you lean in and drink deeply, letting the refreshing water slide down your throat and invigorate you. When you're fully satisfied, you stand up and continue deeper into the woods. All your life, you've heard stories about this forest being magical. And it really is. You are so entranced by the beauty of nature that you lose track of time. And it's only when you hear the first stirring of nighttime animals that you look up and see that the sun has begun to set. The bright gold turning into a deep red. It's not too late to make it back to your home before dark, so you start to turn back on the path. And as you do, though, you notice subtle changes. Forks that were clear now have thick brambles that seem to have grown up and denied you that path. Going the way the forest now seems to be guiding you, as there is no other choice, you soon find yourself standing in front of a large mansion. The whole area is surrounded by a tall brick fence and wrought iron gate. It is very large and very old, although it looks to be in good shape. Thick ivy covers the brick wall, blooming with odd flowers that you have never seen before. The fence, though old, is not rusted. Testing it, you find that it opens easily. For a moment, you once more think back to the old stories of Fae and such dwelling in these woods, but you brush them aside. Well, there were a few odd things. You can't help but think that perhaps it was nothing more than your mind playing tricks on you. Stepping through the gate, you hear it clang shut behind you. There must have been a gust of wind that caused it. As you approach the mansion, you look around for any trace of life. After all, it would be very rude to enter like this if it was someone's home. Reaching for the door, you knock and await an answer. You called out politely, and you wait a few moments longer. And still no reply. Assuring yourself that the house must be abandoned, you test the doorknob and find that it is unlocked. Entering, you're surprised by how clean it is. There's not a single speck of dust, and while the decor might be very old, it is all still in good shape, as though it was cleaned just the other day. Stepping in, you start to explore a bit, in case there was, indeed, a trace of whoever it was that was cleaning the house, but you see nothing to indicate that anyone has been here in a very long time. Though in each room, You see things that are very enticing to make you stay for the night, maybe even longer. By now, you're starting to get hungry. Just as your stomach growls, a delicious scent wafts through the air. Heading to the kitchen, you see a table laid out with a full meal, a whole roasted chicken, a bowl of steaming mashed potatoes, a bottle of wine, and many other victuals. There may be truth in the old stories about the Fae after all. It's hard to deny what you see and smell. Deciding that it seems that they mean you no harm, you decide to not reject the hospitality. Take a seat and begin to eat. Everything is delicious. The chicken tender and juicy, the potatoes rich and creamy, while the wine mwah, is the perfect blend of chocolatey and baked. Once you finish your meal, you feel, well, very tired. In your exploration of the first floor, you found no bedroom, but there was a staircase in the foyer. You conclude that there must be another one to the second floor. Going up there, the very first room you find has a large, claw-footed tub filled with softly steaming water. Dipping a finger in it, you find it's the perfect temperature. Hanging on the wall is a fine silk robe. While the day had hardly been harsh enough to make you feel particularly unpleasant or sore, such a bath was far too tempting. Stripping down, you lower yourself into the water, sighing in contentment. There's a small table within arm's reach, covered in all manner of soaps and shampoos. Taking them to sniff, you soon pick ones that you like the best and start to wash. As you do, you find that your skin feels softer and smoother than ever before. Once you're finished and get out, you dry off with a soft, warm towel. You then don the robe and set off soft, comfortable slippers. Checking other rooms, you find a bedroom right away that has a massive bed covered with fine silk sheets to match your robe. You yawn and stretch. You've already come along this far, so why should you not go just a bit further? Pulling back the blankets, you lay down and find that the mattress is so soft that you feel as though you're almost floating in the air. Closing your eyes, you fall into a deep, sweet sleep. Good night. Sweet dreams.